Hello, everyone, and welcome to Carnival Cruising Podcastaways, the podcast where we talk about anything and everything Carnival Cruising related. My name, well, that's not really important, but joining me on this crazy cruising adventure are my good friends, Thomas Kennedy, Trevor Shelby, and Gary Manning.
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
Yo.
Guys. Man, it has been a wet and wild week, guys. Wet and wild. So
today.
just today. I don't know. There has been so much going on in the cruising world. We've got a jam-packed show for you guys. We've actually put together a show. Like we've decided like things beforehand. And yeah, we're doing pretty good. Not flying by the seat of our pants. We've never done that before. So
Never.
Not since I've been here for the last 72 episodes.
That's 72 episodes. That's true. 73 now. Okay. But you know what else we've done for the last 73 episodes?
Do tell.
It's 3 truths and a lie.
Three truths and a lie.
3 truths and a lie. It's a fantastic game.
Sometimes it's 3 lies and no truths.
Sometimes it is. Sometimes we decide before the show who's going to lie. And sometimes we get to the show and then I'm kind of panicking when I realize we never discussed who's going to be the liar. I don't know who it's going to be, but I'm definitely not giving some audio cue or some visual cues to you guys, so we can go ahead and start this thing. And every week I started off, and I just want to put it out there that I am so very, 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 very excited because, well, let me just say, I've come into a little bit of money. Okay. I made some investments.
A windfall?
A windfall. So I don't know if you can actually like invest in corporations, but you can also short a stock. So when you short a stock, you're waiting for it to go down and you sell it and you get all this money. It's kind of a douchebag thing to do sometimes, but money. And so I shorted ChatGPT. Last week, Tom lost all of his money.
That's where my money went.
Yeah, it's in my bank account now. So wild story. I don't know. It's just crazy how it happened. I didn't want to brag about it on the show last week, but I thought, you know what? We're all bigger people here because we all need to lose some weight and we can move past this. So,
hey, I find resemblance to that remark.
You're a little bitch because you're the thinnest of it all.
Oh, so anyway.
So does this mean that you'll be joining me in December on the Carnival Venezia?
Yeah, I'm making it official right now that I am going to be there with my bells on.
Yes.
So there you go.
That is fantastic.
Don't know what that means, but I'm not going to bring any bells. So
man. It would be hilarious you to walk on because it's right there at Christmas time. You can walk on with like actual sleigh bells.
I expect you all to walk on in like full either Santa gear or elf gear.
Ooh,
elf! I already got the elf costume. I've got an elf costume actually. So
there you go. I expect to see video of you guys doing that.
I'm gonna try to work on the beard. Maybe we can get there. I don't know. So. I'll be Santa. Yes. I got to work on the belly a little bit too. Actually, I kind of got the belly. I don't need to work on it much.
Mine hopefully will be going away shortly. And I'll go ahead. Tom, well, how was your week, buddy?
Well, so far it's been pretty good. I get to keep my job for another year.
Woohoo!
So, yeah, I had
my reason to celebrate.
I had my end of the year evaluation, and they worked some magic. Guys, thanks. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
What's funny is Gary and I were hitting buttons at the same time.
Yes, that was.
I saw the button push and I pushed the button. It was really funny. So anyway, sorry.
Anyway, so yeah, I was expecting to get a bad review because I started the year off kind of ill because of something that happened at the end of last year.
Yeah,
and they did some finagling and they got me to a meets expectations, so I get to keep my job for another year.
There you go. There you go. But yeah. Gary, would you like me here? Since we interrupted, would you like me to drum roll, please?
I don't really need the drum roll just yet.
Not just yet.
No,
okay.
My week does not deserve a drum roll by no means, because it was a wash and repeat again from the past 72 weeks or episodes. So just nothing super special. I did get to go watch my favorite band play for a New Year's. Listen to me, for a Mardi Gras / birthday party, so that was kind of fun.
Yeah.
And that was that was the eclipse of my week, honestly.
That's wild.
That was super special.
Who thought Justin Bieber would be doing that?
Well, listen, actually it's JT, it's Justin Timberlake.
Oh, okay.
And he played his news. He played it, he finally has released Selfish, which we've known that was coming out for about the past 3 weeks now.
That on the subject of Bieber, they're not Bieber, Justin Timberlake. Our big arena here, the BOK Center, they had a thing on Facebook, a contest. It said, say happy birthday because it's Justin Timberlake's birthday, and you get entered in for free tickets. I'm like, but the person on that sticker is not Justin Timberlake, and it turns to find out it's tickets to a different band.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'm like,
so wish Justin Timberlake a happy birthday and then get tickets to this concert.
This other this other concert.
Oh my. Wow. Speaking of concerts,
you're muted, dude.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, sorry, Gary, you may continue.
Oh, okay. Thank you. But yeah, my girls are starting to, they got their tour coming up and they sold out of their first venue already. Well, I'm telling you now, that was just, it was not the best week for me yet, but I know that better weeks are coming. I'm hoping that I can shortchange some stocks like you did, Trevor, or maybe the investments that I've made will turn around and come to me. I played the crypto game for a long time, and I still have a crypto wallet that's got some stuff in it, so I'm hoping that maybe those will get up. But anyway, that's it for me, man.
I have about 5,000 Dogecoin, so
I never did Doge.
It'll go to the moon.
You want that to the moon for sure. Yeah,
I'll hit it.
No, I didn't do Doge. I did SHIB. So. Yeah. Because I wanted to go even more lower and less likely to do anything.
Yeah. So. I used to mine it there for a while. But
everyone's trying to find that next crypto that'll take down Bitcoin.
Yeah. Oh, it's not going to happen.
There's so many scam coins out there. They're ruining the name. It's just it's bad.
Welcome to Crypto Podcastaways.
Yeah, Crypto Podcastaways, the podcast where we talk about people getting scammed. Last week I was called a liar, pants on fire because
you were.
I was looking at this awful vote that we have put together here, and everybody voted either for me or for me and Tom as the liars.
Well, I can't help the fact that you are a bad liar, and people know that you're a liar.
I don't remember what I said, but it was the truth.
Yeah. Yeah. Well.
This week. That I know why, because everybody knows better. Because I did kind of tell a little fib, because I think it was when I said I was going to start working on my YouTube, and I was like, had full intentions to work on my YouTube channel on the weekend, and I didn't.
Well, I think whenever you actually even gave it away with Tom, do you have your lie ready?
Yeah, no. Yeah, I mean, that's how the show starts. I'm like, Tom, do you have your lie ready?
So nobody thought it was Tom. It threw everybody off because you were actually, you know.
They're like, wow, he lost money with ChatGPT.
$15 million.
Oh, it's so wild. I'm not.
ChatGPT has not dropped. Jeez.
Yeah, it has too. For my flight, we need it for another week. We need to keep this up. Okay. I mean, for my truth. You're undermining me.
Oh my gosh. That is hilarious,
today, guys. So, and I hate my laugh. So there is a wild thing next week. Did you guys know that our next episode, very next one, I'm fairly certain is the Super Bowl weekend special. Okay. Yeah. Mr. Kenny's already repping his team. He is hoping Mark Garoppolo gets to I don't know their names. Any of them. So,
the Hulk, really?
I don't know.
Mark Ruffalo?
I put Garoppolo. I don't know. It starts with G. So I don't remember their names.
Garoppolo. Garoppolo isn't even with them anymore.
3 quarterbacks.
I'm just making stuff up. So
I mean, he had a really good home run in that one game. So
yeah, he did.
I
mean,
all I gotta say is at least he's off of Colin Kaepernick because for like 6 years after Kaepernick retired, he's like, "Are you gonna pick Colin Kaepernick for your quarterback?" You know, like he hasn't played in like 7 years.
But he could. Okay. The other thing is I do know one player, Mr. Swift, will be playing. That is my team with Kelsey Swift, who will be catching the footballs. He does that part and runs to the end zone. That's his specialty.
There are a lot of Kansas City fans who are going to come to your house and kill you for that.
Why? I am rooting. Go, Mr. Swift. Go, Mr. Swift. That's my mantra now. So,
Travis Kelce.
Oh, Travis. What did I say?
Taylor.
You said Kelsey Swift.
Kelsey Swift. Oh, yeah. That's
Travis Kelce is
Travis
his name.
Swift. Yeah, that's what it was. Travis Swift. So, Mr. Swift. That's all I got to call him. Because if I met him in person, I would say, "Hey, Mr. Swift, it's very nice to meet you." Anyways,
he would punch you in the nose.
So, yeah. So go on to our YouTube. I mean, not YouTube. Don't do that. That's dead. Go to our Facebook page over at facebook.com/Carnival Cruising Podcastaways. And you can also vote. You can vote for who lied this week. And you can also vote for your favorite football team. Who's going to win the Super Bowl? This is I don't know. Y'all are going to fight it out, duke it out in the comments. And whoever wins will, I don't know.
Win bragging rights.
Bragging rights for the year. Okay.
Madison might even make you a special trophy or something.
A trophy. Yeah. A visual trophy for you. You could save it to your background on your computer. And
make every time your profile picture on your Facebook.
Oh yeah, that'd be pretty. So whatever trophy she designed, I'm sure she could make a soccer ball quite well. So
she probably can. What is the not NFC? What is the
football? That's what it's called here.
NFT. So. You could even have it put into an NFT since we were talking about crypto. You know.
Yeah, there you go.
You can go to a non-fungal token.
Yeah, non-fungal tokens. No fungus here.
No fungus on Madison.
So I'm
speaking of Madison, we kind of talked a little bit about this, but I'm gonna bring it up. I had one of the craziest dinners tonight. I walked into a K-Pot here in Orlando, and I told the guy, he says, "How many?" I said, "It's just me." And so he says, "Okay," and he looks over at this little robot thing that's sitting on the ground, and it says, "Oh, thank you so much for being here. Follow me." And like starts playing music and like leads me to my table. And
What?
it was the craziest thing. And then it sits me at my table, and she says, can't wait to see you next time. And I was like this, like a Yoshi voice in it, and it was like the craziest thing. And then the next time I'm sitting there and I watch, and some people over a table across from me ordered some ice cream. So here comes this other robot out with some ice cream on it and brings it to their table. And I was like, oh, I have to order ice cream. So I got video of the ice cream robot. I might post it to our channel. I'm not sure if it's really what somebody wants to see, but it was kind of interesting, though, to be served by and sat by robots tonight at my K-Pot in Orlando. So, well, I'm actually in Lake Buena Vista, I think.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Well, that's really cool, because I don't know, like that gives me hope that one day Madison could be on the show. So.
No, have you not seen the Terminator?
I mean, she has been on the show already. Now, being actually in a physical form would be
like
something
in a
that
physical
would be neat.
form. Yeah.
Have you not seen the Terminator?
I know of it.
Honestly, I've never seen any of them.
Really?
I've never seen it. That's one of those movies that I've never seen.
There's a specific way to watch them. You watch 1, 2, skip all the others until the very last one, which is Last Fate, which is a direct sequel to the second movie. So
okay,
the others are made by other people, and it doesn't make sense.
It's kind of like Star Wars. You start with 6 and then go back to 1 or something.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
sure. I don't know.
6, 7, go back to 1, or no, you skip 1. 2, 3,
get really detailed. You started the wrong conversation. You said Star Wars, and now we're here. Now this.
Sorry, my bad.
Wait.
another franchise that my wife absolutely loves Star Wars.
Yeah,
I enjoyed 1, 2, and 3.
Mm-hmm.
But then when they came out with like 4, 5, 6, 8, 12, 8, and 38 or whatever they're at now, I'm like, wow, okay.
So are you 1, 2, and 3? Are you talking about the ones in the 80s?
Oh, yes. Yeah. So that's actually 3, 4, 5, I guess, right? Or 4, 5, 6.
4, 5, 6. And then oh, here I go. No, I appreciate the originals. I appreciate the prequels. I despise everything Disney has done. Besides like the side stuff like Solo and Rogue One and that stuff, The Mandalorian, that stuff has been fun. The movies, like the actual Star Wars, it's trash. So,
well, see, I liked 4, 5, and 6, and then I hated the prequel movies, 1, 2, and 3, but I loved the last 3.
Yeah.
Except for the very last one. That one.
That's going down the rabbit hole.
Yeah. So, anyways,
and this is not cruise related.
As soon as Spock was out of it, I was out of it. That's all I gotta say. So there we go. Now,
you just hurt my fandom right there because
what are you talking about?
You mixed
part of it.
You mixed franchises.
They're mixed for a reason.
I mean, the Enterprise, whenever Luke, whatever his name is, Luke,
Skyrunner,
and whenever he jumped on the Enterprise, that was like the craziest thing to me.
And everyone said it wasn't going to happen, and then guess what? It happened.
Boom, boom, bam! There we have it. Yeah. So we had some crazy stuff happen on John's page today.
So I got it from a very reliable source about a thing that happened. Okay, so what cruise was it? There was a cruise, Carnival Cruise found some kayakers.
Yeah, it was on the Jubilee.
It was the Jubilee. Yeah, and some there's been calm. So these people were out in the middle of like nowhere,
off the Isle of Mujeres.
John actually posted about that today.
Yeah, and so that's wild. And the actual like photos of them pulling these people on board is incredible, because being in the middle of nowhere is frightening. Like if all you see is ocean around you and you're in a kayak, that's awful.
Well, they didn't start off on a kayak.
I know, but I imagine it because I watch religiously It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and there's one episode, it's the Rumham episode, where Danny DeVito falls asleep while he's in a little floaty and he's got his Rumham. And he wakes up and he's in the middle of nowhere. He's got a sunburn and there's no land around. And he sees his Rumham floating away and he's Rumham. So it's a great episode. You never watched the show, definitely watch just that episode. It is so worth it.
That one either.
No, I can't imagine just being out in the middle of nowhere, not knowing, what's going to happen.
Yeah, it was odd to me though, because I mean, I know several people with boats, but I don't know that many people who have boats and then have kayaks on their boat.
Yeah,
and that was what they said, is their boat sank and they had a kayak on their boat. So then they got on the kayak and was sitting there paddling their kayak off of the island of Ladies. That's what it translates basically, or the Ladies Island.
Yeah,
in Spanish, but. Yeah, so I was just really surprised. I was like, "Wow, okay."
At least they had a lifeboat.
Yeah, I mean,
in a way,
how uncertain are you of your own boat that you want to put a lifeboat on your boat? I mean,
yeah.
So,
does somebody want to read what somebody posted to John, or should I play the thing?
Well, Bob responds.
The Bob response.
Yeah, this is the Bob response. So it's kind of interesting to me. So they did put this to John, but then Bob decided he wanted to respond and not John.
Oh,
so it is said to John. So if you would like to play the intro there for our John Heald side.
Wait, what did they say to John Heald? Don't make me come over there and fight you. I'll fight you.
Sorry, I thought I just cut you off.
Oh, I don't believe I've been cut off. All right. So this is, I have it pulled up already. So if I'll read it. So John, and under John's topic, every once in a while we know that somehow Bob obtains John's phone or his computer, and he's allowed to make posts on John's account. So this says, this is Bob, not John. John is reading a book called 101 Things to Do in Cleveland, Ohio, which I have 101 things to do in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And so if this book is as good as mine that I have for Chattanooga, he will be there a minute reading this thing. But I digress. This is what was said to John in one of the comments. Leave them in the water. If they were stupid enough to be in a kayak that far from shore, that's their own fault. The captain put our safety in jeopardy. Let me interrupt. Obviously, this person was on the Jubilee at the time. By bringing these people on the boat. They could have been hiding weapons or worse. Let them pay for their own decisions, John, because roaming around with paying passengers is crazy. The captain is a blank for putting his passengers in danger. So Bob's response is, thank you, N. And this is Bob, not John. We have safety protocols in place. They are not allowed to be around the ship and have our security team with them in a crew area and are offered medical care, food, and water. There is no danger to the ship or the guest. To leave them to die in the rising rough waters of the sea would be heartless. And from me, Bob, not John, I think your post was heartless too. Oh, and it's ship, not boat. And as for being allowed free roaming, well, they would have to check their cellular provider on that. But having almost died in the ocean, I don't think finding out if they had free sodding roaming from AT Verizon was important. And that's what it said, AT and Verizon.
Yeah.
It was important. We always help with those in peril on the sea. This is Bob, not John. And then cheers, have a brilliant day is crossed out. See y'all after supper. So that is the...
Oh.
And I was unmuted. Oh, wait. Okay.
Yeah, no, you're not muted.
Okay, good. So it just says on my screen whenever I came back to it says you have been muted. So yeah, but yeah. So first things first. Would one of y'all like to address this, or because I'm kind of sodded from reading?
I mean, they have to by law. They have to. They don't have a choice. If they see someone, they got to help. Now. Question being if they knew it was a ship that sunk or just a kayaker, because there is the guy who owns that place in Bonaire or Aruba that kayaked the entire ABC Islands from and it took him like a month or something like that. I can't remember how long it took him, but them making an assumption. I mean, where are they gonna hide weapons on a freaking kayak?
Not a clue.
Yeah. I mean, you can see in the kayak, unless they're hiding them on them, which they clearly were too exhausted to even, think about hiding weapons.
Well, let's also cover the Jubilee is 6,000 people, correct? Of 6,000 cruisers.
Yeah,
with cruisers. Yeah, with a staff of right around 2,500.
Yeah.
So these people, these two stragglers on a kayak, are going to commandeer 8,500 people.
I think now.
and this person quite obviously doesn't pay attention to the news because last week there was a refugee raft that was found.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and a ship helped.
Yeah. No, that's wild, and it's not just it's not just that it's maritime law. It's that you freaking care about someone else's life.
It's the right thing to do.
Yeah, he said, "Lord, it's so wild to me that somebody would be like, their fault. I'm sorry."
If you were in a car wreck and you were bleeding to death, would you say, "Your fault, you're a dumbass"?
Your fault. Sorry. Bye. That's what I imagine them saying. It's like the captain, see ya.
Peace out.
So
I didn't go to John's original post about this and find that person's comment. I kind of now wish that I can, or I would have, but I'm almost certain that John I would hope he would delete that type of comment to where it wouldn't even draw. And
man.
I'm honestly kind of wishing that he would deleted my comment that I made today on the wristbands.
Well, your comment your comment brought up some good discussion though.
Yeah, it brought up some feelings.
It did, right? I mean, I literally almost was crucified. So I know that I don't like using that term, but it was just, I mean, all I did was just make a few suggestions. And like this one, I mean, several people came in there just guns blazing.
Yeah. So to start this off, let's read what John actually posted.
Right. Okay.
He says a wristband that opens your cabin door and you use it for purchases and getting on and off the ship. Would you want one of these? That's all he said. So
that's it.
So and then your comment was, I would absolutely love some sort of RFID band for room and purchases. However, I would not want to lose the sell and sign card or keepsakes. You could also incorporate into the hub app similar to the hotel industry NFC. This way you can have guests use their phone instead of the extra cost of manufacturing wristbands. And man, people got emotional. And my favorite reply on here is from, I'm not going to say her name. I'm going to call her Terry. She says, some older guests don't use their phones for everything. It needs to be an option, not a standard. And so, and you replied with, I also stated, I would like to see the sign and sell card remain as well. I think it's the best solution for options. Nowhere in my post that I suggest the NFC as being the standard. And so I thought that was great.
And people, though, I mean, Yeah, like everybody, again, another lady comes in. Some older folks don't, not only don't use phones for apps, etc., but don't even have phones.
Yeah. We'll call that person. We'll make up a name, Brenda. So
I honestly feel that the most, I don't want the term ignorant, but idiotic post was no. I would have to get a platinum phone, and that would be expensive.
We'll call that one Trevor.
I have to have way to show my platinum status. Did I mention that I'm platinum?
Did I mention that I'm platinum? I love that.
See, this is where my suggestion. I didn't put it on your on there, but if we have wristband, they're all the same colors. That way there's no way to distinguish. A new cruiser to a seasoned cruiser. And the only way if it's a new cruiser if they make mistakes on the ship or something.
No, we got to have a way to set aside hierarchy on a cruise. Tom,
listen, Darth Shelby.
Listen, Thomas, you have to come to the dark side. You have to come to the platinum side. This is your destiny. You could also be a part of the platinum crew. Join us.
Part of the platinum crew.
You and I together could rule Carnival with our platinum cards.
Anyways.
I'll have a platinum card next cruise, but
yeah,
I don't need to wave it around like some sort of status symbol.
I don't.
How many days you have left, Tom? Oh shoot, I can't look mine up.
6 days. So
6 days.
Oh my god.
To your cruise?
Oh, till my cruise. Sorry. Okay. 80 days.
80 days.
80 days.
All right.
Woo. That means I'm not far behind. So
yeah, I'm a little bit.
Actually, you're ahead. Don't you get on the ship before me?
I don't have a clue. So I don't know. I'm just showing up because
I'm platinum. Because I'm platinum and I can do whatever I want.
I'm platinum too.
So I know, but
you don't got the card yet. So
I'm just saying.
I think he just blew out Gary's eardrums.
I'm sorry. I was really
I looked at my image and I could see my actual. I try to hide the buds to where you don't see them.
Oh yeah, it's not a big deal.
Like pretty prominent. But yeah. All right. Hey, you know what? This is such an amazing topic. Why don't we roll in with a drum roll, please?
Oh. And actual drum roll.
It's just going and going.
Wait for it.
Long drum roll.
There we go.
Hey, you wanted a drum roll, Tom.
I didn't. Well, you kept saying drum roll and you do a rim shot. What?
I'm sorry. I don't know how much of that will end up in the show. So tell us more about Celebration K.
Go ahead, Tom.
Or Key. Sorry. Celebration
Key.
It's 6 1/2. I mean,
yeah. Well, there's going to be 5. The Carnival just announced there's going to be 5 distinct areas.
Yes.
So it's going to be something like the way the XL ships are split into 5 different sections.
Okay. Or kind of like how Disneyland is like, Wonderland and Futureland, and I don't know. Isn't that how they're like done?
That's Epcot.
Epcot, yeah, whatever. I don't know. Anyways, I've never been. I should stop talking. Sorry.
Hey, I'm the one who said Celebration Key or K was opening up just in a few months.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm going to remain quiet during this whole thing. You're not going to say anything else other than that.
Well, the first is the family-friendly portal. It's the place for families with kids of all ages to enjoy their time at Celebration Key. The day can include swimming in the large freshwater lagoon alongside a splash pad with a shallow pool, 2 exciting racing water slides into the large sandcastle.
Yeah,
there's a sports course, spaces designed for kids and teens, and some floating cabanas and of course food. There's there's an adult friendly portal. Of course, it's designed for adults, as the name says, looking to spend their day enjoying freshwater lagoon and or lounging at the beach on warm white sands, splashing around the Bohemian waters. They can have their favorite cocktails. There's going to be DJs. They're going to have cabana rentals, which include cabanas, villas with personal slides into the lagoon, and floating cabanas are available as well. And it's going to have a full service restaurant and, of course, adult beverages.
Nice.
The private club portal is a premium experience, which sounds kind of snooty. That's probably for the diamond people.
Yeah, probably.
For those seeking to relax and with the luxurious day in paradise. The private club is an adults only retreat with a stunning infinity pool overlooking the best views of the Bohemian waters, with loungers swaying beneath palm trees and vibrant foliage. And of course, it has private access, so along with an elevated dining experience. Retail portal, which showcases Bohemian culture, featuring backdrops of beautiful murals painted by Bohemian artists, and shopping that will include authentic Bohemian artisanal. God, there's a lot of artisanal goods and local Bohemian retailers, along with duty-free stores. So that's where you go shop for your tax-free stuff. Was that 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's only 4, John. What's the 5?
Okay.
No one does fun like Carnival, and we are designing a Celebration Key with and its 5 portals. It doesn't give. Where's the 5th one?
Maybe
John.
One and 2.
John,
hey.
You forgot the 5th portal.
Oh,
the welcome portal.
Oh, the welcome portal. Oh, that's like a welcome place. Yeah. Welcome to the island. Anyways, there's actually, I don't know if y'all knew this. There's a hidden 6th portal. Okay. So didn't know if you guys knew this. All right. This is a rumor. I'm just going to start this way, but there's a rumor that there's a
hidden platinum portal where the platinum cards get to go with. They have exclusive private beach cabanas and also gourmet dining under the stars. And the stars aren't real. It's all a fake stars thing, and it's really cool. And then they have a spa retreat for all the platinum people, and they get to do whatever they want. And adventure awaits. You get to go in your own private helicopter that takes you to your own private submarine. I don't know. It's great. And so there's going to be so many things. John needs to, he needs to get on and let everybody know. So,
there you go.
Oh, okay. That's,
Yeah.
And now we have completely became one of those other places.
And then I was there and they took the burger from my son. Okay. How do you explain that to a 6-year-old? I don't remember how
oh my goodness. Hey, do us a favor. If you are a fan of that person, leave us a note on the Carnival Cruising Podcastaways group.
Yeah, go on there and let us know what it is that you like about him. So, and if you're wondering who it is,
don't worry about that.
Yeah, don't send us a message and ask, because I won't tell you.
You'll have to go back into the first season and re-listen to those, because he has mentioned.
I think I did a whole episode where I was just mad. I think it was me.
It was the episode. It was the episode where I came back.
Was it
from that cruise? Yeah.
Was it the one where? Because I thought it was a solo episode. I don't remember. Anyways, I was just really mad, and I just ranted.
Well, I used to watch him. Which I watch several vloggers religiously.
We're going off into the weeds, aren't we?
Well, no, this is still in line. This is our podcast, okay. But I did, and this is one of those things that I also want our listeners to chime in on in our group. But I used to be a religious listener, a watcher of all these vloggers. I had several. Yeah. When I mean several, I mean there was 5 to 6 I was watching that didn't necessarily do dailies. There was 3 that did dailies. Mm-hmm. He was one of them. Tony was one of them. Don was one of them.
Yeah.
And then EECC does somewhat, they do a lot of vlogging.
Yeah.
There was Para DJ. There was, Have Luggage Will Travel, Rich and Jazz. There was, I can continue on all of these that I used to watch. And I don't watch anymore. But anyway, so I used to watch him religiously. And I had to stop because he had guaranteed information, from his inside sources that Carnival was about to release just some mind-blowing information.
Yeah.
And it never got released.
Yeah.
And I was like, and he never mentioned it again.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I was like, okay, dude, I'm done with you. Adios.
What's funny is I was in one of his lives, and I watched his lives after that whole the burger incident. That's what I'm going to call it. After the burger incident, he had a live, and he was like, "Oh, I didn't really say anything like that. Like I didn't. What I said wasn't a lie." And it was like, you just say I didn't say it, and like you left all these videos up where you're saying it, and I was like, at least have the decency to take those videos down where I can't go back and say, look, you did it. Yeah. So I was so mad to the point that I really considered of doing a YouTube video of the lie and like of John's response.
Yeah.
And so
John drug him as well. That was kind of interesting.
And
now he's interviewing John.
Yeah, and he gets to interview John and all that stuff. He gets to do all these things. It's ridiculous. It's the power of micro influencers, and they get to just do whatever they want sometimes. And so
I often also wonder, as far as what kind of compensation he may have offered or something. That might be, that we don't know if he might have said, "Hey John, I'll send you $100 if you'll do a 10-minute interview with me."
You never know. That's kind of like it's kind of
a presumption, so we don't need
yeah, and that's one of those things that's like in the podcasting world is kind of like a gray area. Like you can pay for interviews, but like most people like, look, I'm trying to give you some exposure, and in return, like you get my audience, I get yours. Let's mix.
So do us a favor, go over to our page, our group rather, and tell us who are some of your favorite vloggers. Your favorite.
I like that word better.
Yeah, your favorite.
Yeah.
Favorite vloggers. And we'll, like I say, or if you don't listen to them or you don't watch them, then you can leave us a note with that too. But maybe I'll put it up as a question of the day, so to speak, on Saturday when this releases.
I will say that mine of cruise vloggers, mine doesn't post much anymore. His name is Garrity Manning, and I just can't find him anywhere. So I keep typing Garrity and it doesn't come up. Like, where the traveling Garrities, and I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. And so
somebody they may come back out here pretty shortly.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, like mine is too.
I remember Teresa giving you an ultimatum to join the show.
Yeah, Trust me, she reminds me about every week. Every time I'm listening to the podcast on Saturday morning after it's released, she'll walk back into my bedroom and be like, "Oh, you're listening to the podcast that you already have done, huh?"
Yeah, not editing, huh?
You could be editing and not listening to the podcast that you've already done.
Hey, I suggest listening to the podcast while editing. I also suggest, did you know that you can listen to us like sleep sounds? So like every night you could just listen to this show.
And that would give me some messed up dreams. No.
And so one of the best compliments I ever received on my other podcast with my true crime stuff was somebody I work with was like, man, I got to tell you, I slept so good last night. I was listening to your podcast and I was like, thank you. That is like the weirdest compliment. I guess I'm boring. Thank you. They do take that one very seriously, but
so that's the reason why that podcast ended.
Yeah. I haven't really ended it yet, but I have not posted since I got my promotion at work. I'll put it that way. I'm way too busy. So,
well, you keep adding more and more projects on.
What are you talking about?
You're writing like 6 books at the same time.
I only have 6 books. Oh, anyways. Yeah, we didn't need to announce that. So what else are we talking about?
I will tell you, like the problem with me and my video editing is you and I kind of discussed this a little earlier. I want everything to be like I have my mind the way I want it to be.
Yeah.
And when it doesn't get exactly that way, and I don't want to use the term perfect because obviously nothing's going to be perfect. However, I do have like this OCD of I want to be A, entertaining, but B, also have it, in this realm of like not being able to notice that in one shot I'm wearing a blue Hawaiian shirt, and then in the next shot I'm wearing a red polo.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, it's, and that happens in some of these people's vlogs, and I catch it and I'm like, oh man, you could have, no, you just tried making it look.
There's one of the reasons I stepped away, and I talked to you guys, I think off air about a lot of this was one of the reasons I stepped away from doing YouTube so much was just I dig myself to dig deep into things, and I can't, I obsess. ADHD, it's real. And with the obsession comes depression. And so I just pulled back. I was like, for my own mental health, I got to pull back. And so one of the things that I've really thought about, since is, I feel like there's this box of what you're supposed to do as a vlogger. I'm supposed to have my thing. I'm supposed to take it to dinner. I'm supposed to sit it in front of me. I'm supposed to do this. I'm supposed to do that. I'm supposed to do these lives. I'm supposed to do all these things. And I've kind of taken a step back and I'm like, I don't want to do all that. What I want to do is something a little different. And so if I do go back fully to YouTube, it will be different than what I've done before. And so, but I will keep things entertaining. So, but it may not be tips and tricks all the time. It may be, this is my vacation. This is my day. This is what I'm doing. I have a goal in mind. This is where we're going. There's going to be a start, middle, and end, and boom. So more cinematic.
Okay. Yeah. Well, there you go. And so, yeah, that's definitely, and that's, it's a little bit off of the discussion from podcasting, but yeah, I mean, I don't want to bore our listeners with our YouTube plan, so I'm going to drop it. But yeah, so that's the thing though. For me, I enjoyed it while it lasted, and I'm probably going to pick it back up again.
Good.
I don't know if what's that?
I like that probably.
Yeah.
Teresa won't.
No, I am. I think right now, I mean, for me, it's just I'm on the road so much, and it's just hard after spending 3, 4, 5 hours a day driving somewhere and then having to work for 4 hours.
I think your stadium tour last year would have made some good vlogging.
Yeah. I actually enjoyed reading your updates and seeing the video and like the posts, the pictures and all that. That was really cool.
Speaking of which, I still have 6 stadiums that I never posted. So,
that's great.
Yeah, I did Texas. I didn't post. I did the one in Cincinnati. I didn't post. I did a couple from Kentucky. I did, you know, and
Yeah.
so, yeah. But anyways, yeah, there's just, I got Gainesville. I went to Gainesville, didn't you? But anyways, I digress. Well, I'll tell you what, man, it was a good show, guys. Thank you so very much again for having me.
Absolutely. You're
not a guest anymore.
You're not a guest. You're here every week. The last 73 weeks we've gone over this.
You've even posted the announcement in the group.
Yeah. I gave you a name badge.
That was not in the group. That was on my personal page.
Oh, that's on your personal page. Well,
yeah,
I
added a host. Oh, see, yeah, I just cut you off. I just completely cut everything out. What were you saying?
I said I made it Facebook official.
Yes.
Or, I mean, I did. You made it Facebook official. You posted it on there.
So I took and on my personal page, I put me as a part of the Quadfecta hosting crew for Carnival Cruising Podcastaways. And I'll, you know, part of that is because I'm trying to get some traction on John Heald's page. You know, like I'll make a funny post and try to get like the most likes or something like that.
Yeah.
Or I'll try to make a post that about how I like a wristband, but I also wouldn't mind having my phone as the, you know, and try to get the most comments on a post. Anyways, thinking that maybe they'll follow into my, you know, onto my personal profile and see that I'm a podcast host here at the show, and maybe it'll lead people this way. That's the only reason why I broadcasted being a host on this fantastic podcast.
There you go. Well, and I think that I'll join in here or there whenever it comes to your random posting. I will make off the wall suggestions and proclaim that platinum is best every time. So just because I can. I mean, spout the truth.
What about those diamond people out there?
What about them? What about them? They get what? Unlimited laundry? I can pretty much get that.
So, and they get a diamond only lunch too.
Yeah, well,
yeah. I mean, Margaret might be able to chime in. She's a double diamond. So.
Well, I made sure that the phone line was 100% clear.
Okay, I'm glad to hear that you did that.
Did you?
Oh, Trevor,
you made it clear, did you? Oh yeah. I've been waiting. You guys didn't do anything that I could speak to. Okay. This is ridiculous. I am double diamond, okay? I have been on 300 Carnival cruises, and I am just so awesome. I had 300 days, okay? And so there's so much that I do.
So, Margaret, what you're saying is you've been on 300 Carnival cruises and 300. So they were all one-day cruises?
One-day cruises, yeah. I go on the one day because I get back quicker. Yeah. So, you know,
and isn't double diamond means, you know, diamond is 199 days. Wouldn't double diamond be
don't question
399
me. Don't
days?
question me. Hey, don't make me show you my double days, okay? So I will
do it. Go away, Margaret. I hung up the phone.
Trevor, please make sure that line is cut off for next week.
So this is a clean show. I had to cut her off.
Exactly. And have talk about looking at
anyways. So anyways, guys, make sure you go over to the Facebook page over at facebook.com/Carnival Cruising Podcastaways. We've got the Facebook group and we have a Facebook page. Join them both. You know, the other way, the group, you actually just type in Carnival Cruising Podcastaways and we pop up. It's going to be like the first thing on there, and it's fantastic. Also, check us out on Spotify. Did you know that over 9,000 people, like we get 9,000 impressions every week on Spotify. So why don't you join in and be impressed by us? Join on over, and you too can watch us in full color TV. Okay, guys, full color. And we're not that black and white stuff that they had way back then.
Speaking of which, there was somebody. Oh, I want to say it was Bobby. I normally have that ready.
Yeah, Bobby. I'm pretty sure it was Bobby. He did something
had
wild
us on the big screen.
On the big screen, okay?
In his house.
He broke his TV. I can't believe it.
He hasn't posted it anymore, showing us that we were on there.
Yeah.
So
he did that. That's interesting. Remember, go on over to the group and definitely vote for 2 truths and a lie, or 3 truths and a lie, whatever we called it. Definitely that liar Tom, you need to go ahead and vote him in. And also the foosball, definitely go over there. Who's gonna win the Super Bowl?
Yes.
Who is gonna do it?
We can't say that word.
Is it the Kansas City Chiefs, or is it the San Francisco 49ers? Your vote matters, okay, guys? You'll get an I voted sticker at the end, and
don't promise on that. We ain't got those.
No, we will. I'll give them a I voted sticker. Just reply in there, and I will give you your sticker. Say I voted, and then boop, there's your sticker. It'll come very quickly.
He's hoping that nobody's listened this far into the podcast.
Sticker. Yeah. Hey, if you get your sticker, hey, that is level 5 of the cult right there, guys. So definitely join us next week, and definitely go over to our SpeakPipe page over at speakpipe.com/Carnival Cruising Podcastaways. Leave us a voicemail where I'll check it next week. I promise. If you left us one this week, I'm sorry. Also, we have a TikTok that I've posted one thing on. You could go over there, search for Carnival Cruising Podcastaways on TikTok. That's one thing that you can do. You could also find us at youtube.com/Carnival Cruising Podcastaways, where we have a bunch of videos that we no longer support because we're on Spotify. I'm running out of websites. Definitely go to Have Luggage Will Travel and subscribe to their YouTube channel, and the Traveling Mannings, go to them as well. Subscribe there.
This is the most uncomfortable segment ever.
And the Lido Deck, that the youtube.com/the Lido Deck. You could subscribe there as well. That's Tom's page. You can head on over Eddie Lugo Studios. Eddie will entertain you every morning. Every morning. The guy is always streaming. Always, day and night. The guy doesn't stop, like the hits. And so,
but speaking of Eddies, let's not forget Eddie and Laura Huddleston.
Eddie and Laura Huddleston, and you know what's great about them?
Huddle Adventures.
Huddle Adventures, yeah. I've met them in person now. I've given them hugs. I told them that if I had more children, they were going to be named after them. And I really think that they are excellent people. I'm sorry, I gotta end this bit. I'm done. So
15-minute outro.
Just know that you're unique, you're special, and you are loved.
Oh, so we're finally gonna end this?
Yeah.
Oh, bye.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, 45 days as of right now, and I will be boarding the Carnival Spirit, and that means in 46, I'll have a breakfast burrito in my hands.
Save the foosball tables. Bye-bye.